Hi everybody, it's Gunny here. Today we're going to talk about the King of Fighters 15 DLC characters. Why? It's a good topic. We've talked about this many times. Today it is pretty much October 2023. And the first time I did a poll was in 2018. This poll has been referred to pretty much all over the internet, including in Japan. SNK has definitely looked at it. But it's interesting to see where we are now with King of Fighters 15. And the questions are, what is going to happen next? And are people actually happy with SNK fulfilling their desires? Let's take a look. So when we started in 2018, we had a slightly, corrupted poll. It's a good start, isn't it? But we had a slightly corrupted poll because somebody said, hey, friends, please vote for Team USA. And they kind of blew up this poll. But regardless of that, we do have other data that actually does say they still are popular. But SNK is kind of on the fence about this. But like I said, there's other polls which does have Team USA, characters in their results, but not quite as high as in here. So this one we kind of have to disregard. What we do have though is Shermie, Chris, and Yashiro, and I think you know how that ended up, right? This is before. This is kind of wow. Was this at the launch of King of Fighters 14? I think. Then we have, shoot, wrong button. Right, here we are. Over here. We had, as you can see, Blue Mary, Rock, Howard, Shingo Ibuki, Vanessa, Ruga, Otto Bernstein, Ruji, Yamazaki, Oswald, K49, Bon, Jenny, Takuma, Whip, IG, Kasumi, Shenwu, Ash, Krause, Orochi, Yori, Sachi, and that, right? And I mean, when you look at that, bruv, the only like two or three characters they haven't put in, right, were in fact Takuma, IG, and Kasumi and Shenwu, right? Krause and Orochi, Yori, Sachi. Well, Chizuru, wow, she had to come back in because she was part of the Sacred Treasures team, right? But there we go. We started here. The most important ones, right, have all been included in King of Fighters 15, not to mention King of Fighters 14 DLC. Okay. So it's very interesting to think about how much of an influence this poll was, but at the same time, it was very difficult for me to find similar polls on Japanese websites. I just can't seem to find it. This particular poll and the other survey that was later on was shared quite a lot all over the world. So it was a pretty good indicator of what fans were wanting. But the question is, are they happy? Were they happy? Now, King of Fighters 14. I mean, we had Oswald, Blue Mary, Rock, Howard, and Vanessa, and I think people were pretty happy actually. But let's have a look at some other polls to see what the difference was. Now, this is more recent. This is actually for King of Fighters 15, right? And this is when after King of Fighters 15 was launched. This is from Team Power Guide, right? And you can look up there. You've got Kim Cuff 1. Shingo Ibuki, Shenwu, Mei Lee, Rugal, Adol Hyde, Kasumi, Vice, Oswald, and Jurolon. Does it make you think? Remember that, of course, like I said, there are many polls, and SNK could have made their decisions a long time ago. But when you look at the DLC, now my question is, well, Kim players, are you happy? You've got your Kim. And generally what I'm hearing is, no, not really. And so this is a new problem that we've all got. You got your Shingo, bruv. Are you happy? Eh. You got Rugal. Are you happy? I'm happy. I love Rugal. He's amazing, right? Vice. We don't have Vice. We don't have Adelheid, we don't have Melee, we don't have Shenru, we don't have Oswald. And it's a bit strange because, of course, these characters can be, you know, recycled. They can be polished up, right? They can have a couple extra moves, and you know, SNK doesn't have to charge $1 billion for them. You've got Duolon, totally new character. Are you happy? No, you're not. Right? No, you're not. You're not happy. I'm not happy. Pretty much, the only person who's nobody's happy. I'm sorry. What I'm hearing about Duolon is like, what is this character? Because he doesn't move the same. His records are different. The guy is lethal. He's very, very dangerous if you know how to play him and you're extremely fast. Only problem is the average player is not extremely fast. And they've paid for a DLC character that they expect to be strong. Right? It's not a matter of, oh, I'm a fan, I've got my character, yay. No. That's not it. Unfortunately, we're not that easy to satisfy. We want a character that if it's costing money, it's got to be strong, right? And Kim, now that he's got a buff, he's actually strong, right? He's actually a little bit scary, in fact. Shingo with the critical, he's got a higher critical rate, he's also quite scary, right? But out of the box, you don't feel that power. And like I said, the average player is just gonna like press some buttons and go, I don't get it really. It doesn't have lots of explosions. What is this, right? But I would say if you're a Kim player, the way King of Fighters 15 plays, there's basically no nasty stuff for you to abuse, because that's the fair kind of game that King of Fighters 15 is trying to be. We're not going to talk about Yashiro and his ridiculous jump cross-up C that shouldn't actually work that way. But anyway, Shingo is extremely dangerous if you can actually get a hit in. Then we've got Duolon, who's just really hard to play. But that's, you know, the kind of way that he should be played. You should be an extremely quick person and do all kinds of nasty stuff, but at the same time I would argue that his teleports are absolutely terrible, and they need a bit of invincibility, and his arms are not long enough. But anyway, he's there, right? The question is, again, are you happy? I'm not sure, right? And then out of these, we heard that, you know, Joshua Weatherford is a Kasumi fan, but you know, we have a hint that the last character may not be Kasumi, may be somebody else. You know who I'm talking about, right? But you know, we never know. It could be something completely different. There might be something funny happening, and it might just be a very big laugh from SNK, and they're like, haha, you thought it was this, but it's actually this. Anyway, let's move on. So it's kind of different, right? I mean, this is much later on, right? But let's keep an eye on this, right? But the top two have been fulfilled, right? And then there's a Rugal in there, and a Duolon. The number 10 has been fulfilled, right? So, I mean, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 10. That's pretty good, right? The rest of them, you've got Mature, Heavy D, Hinako, Jun, Metal Slug character, whatever, Lucky, Duck King, IG, Goro, and Saishu. I would love Saishu to be back, to be honest. But you know, if we follow the rumors and we think that the silhouette is accurate, then we're going to get Hinako. And you're like, 13th. Notice that Mature and Vice are way higher. Well, I say way higher, that's 1%. 1% is not way higher, is it? But 15% for Vice. 2.6% higher. Okay, it's not great difference. But in terms of SNK's development time, bruv, they just need to like shine up Vice and Mature from King of Fighters 14 and just ship them out. I mean, like, what? What the hell, man? Anyway, you know, there's going to be loads of other complaints, of course. You know, every time somebody's going to complain anyway. It's like, oh, you gave us a recycled character. What? I thought you wanted it. Yeah, but it's recycled. Yeah, but you wanted it. I don't know, man. Right, anyway. So, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Right. Got another one, random one on the internet. Shenwu's right up there. Shingo's there. Adelheid, Kasumi, Kim, Rugal, Duolong, Jun. So it's kind of similar, right? These are quite Western based, I would say. But look, Vice Mature, Hinako's in there as well. You're like, okay. So technically, SNK is producing the right kind of DLC, right? If we get a Season 3, they are producing the right kind of DLC. But what bothers me is I don't really see these characters online, and I don't see them on ranked. And I'm like, well, who is enjoying these characters then, right? Because, you know, the thing is, of course, people who play ranked, people who enter tournaments, they do not represent the mainstream. And the mainstream really are the people who are most important here, because the majority needs to buy these characters, not a couple of players, right, that go on to rank. That's not going to help SNK, and it's not going to help the rest of us to get more DLC. So I don't have this data. I really would like this data, and I don't know how I'm going to get it, to be honest. But I could do another survey, but it's hard work, man. But let's see what happens, right? So, as I said, the DLC strategy at the moment is listening to the fans, right? Let's have another look at another one. Right, this is the event hubs, and as you can see, Geese is right up there, right? This is before King of Fighters 15, right? Which is it's at the launch, right? This is pretty much either just before the launch or at the launch, right? Because yeah, Geese is actually DLC, right? So Geese, Kim, Rock, Rugal, B Jenny, Yamazaki, Vice Mature, Shenwu, Shingo, Billy Kane, Mei Lee. So again, you kind of think to yourself, okay, you know, Event Hub is a bit more of a mainstream media outlet, and Vice Mature is just nowhere to be seen, right? And you think, another thing you think to yourself is, okay, hold on, right? You've got all the fans out there, the hardcore fans who actually take the time to answer these surveys, right? But then you've got, I think there's a good decent amount of fans out there who are mainstream, and they would just buy Vice and Mature without thinking. I mean, you know, I say one thing and then people do something completely different, so, you know, I can't like guarantee that, but I have a feeling Vice and Mature would sell. But anyway, we'll see. There's still, like I said, potentially Season 3, and then Hinako? Are you serious? Compared to Vice and Mature, you're going to put in Hinako? And this is what baffles me, man. I'm like, no, man. You know, all the Hinako fans are going to come out and attack me now, but I'm like, all right, fair enough, right? Just make sure you buy it, though, yeah? See, SNK has the data. They know which characters sold, and this is the thing that worries me. Because, like I said, if they succeed, right, and if everyone buys the DLC and the season passes or what have yous, right, we get more DLC, we get better games. That's it. That's what we want. So we've got to make sure that basically people buy this DLC. And just looking around online, I don't see it, right? What I see online are the classic top tiers. B Jenny was probably one of the most guaranteed good sales in this game, right? She was in every team. She was a top tier character, right? Kim, Geese, buff now. He's kind of around, that's fine. Rugal's for free, right? I remind you, right? Rugal and Go Nuts are free characters. And they're solid characters, right? Not invincible, not top tier, but they're solid characters, right? B Jenny was a DLC character. I'm pretty sure everyone bought her, right? So that was a good sale. You kind of wonder if they bought her because she's popular or for 2 other reasons. And that's the kind of thing I think SNK needs to remember, right? When people say, yeah, man, Shenwu. Well, are they really going to buy it? Or did they just like to vote for him? I wonder, right? But B Jenny, Rock Howard's, Gato, that was a great DLC pack, and that was definitely worth the money. I think that was great. Are you going to do the same for Shenmue though? Right. Let's have a look later on the paid DLC survey for King of Fighters 15 from Orochinagi. Right? So this was at launch again, right? And this is another source. Who is number 2? It's Rugal. So like I said, SNK again, the Howards are right in there, and they were DLC, and I hope everyone bought them, and I think they did, right? After that, when you had like Duolon, I'm like, who wants to buy that? Right? Where is Duolon? Duolon's down here. Not bad. Not bad, right? But guess who's above Duolon? It's Mr. Karate, Takuma, and Vice. Bruv, Vice is nice. Vice would be the right price. And, you know, I have a feeling that's going to sell more, but you know, everything is a risk. I can't like say, okay, SNK, throw in all your developers, make myself a nice Vice and mature, and you're guaranteed to sell. We are in 2023, near the winter, near the end of the whole cycle, and I'm sure they're all working on City of the Wolves. Elizabeth is here, she's already part of the roster. Go Nuts is there, free character. Nameless, we can't talk about that guy because K49 is down here. Okay, Shenmue's here. He's pretty much halfway already guaranteed, and B Jenny is here. So like I said, Adelheid is probably the only character I think that is consistently in each poll and hasn't been featured, right? And so far, thinking of a recycle kind of point, I think he might be a little bit easier to make because of course you just, well, I can't say you just get Daddy and then shrink him or something, but at least some of his animations will be similar, right? So it might be something easier to make. Where is Mature? It's interesting. Vice is pretty much, there she is, right? Vice all seems to be a little bit more popular than Mature, right? But how did you vote for Duolon more than Mature? What's going on, people? Then you've got Kasumi. There's Gato. Where is Hinako? Where is Hinako? What's going on? Hinako. Anyone see Hinako? No? Meilei's down here. Oh, there she is. Hinako. Bleh. So, I don't know what's going on here, bruv, but I don't think SNK looked at this poll and thought, yeah, let's pick Hinako. No. Let's look at Javiwario's poll, right? Shingo, buff. Adelheid, buff. Meilei, bang. Kim, bang. Nameless. You got K49, that's what you get. Right? That's what you get. Oh, is that another picture? Hold on. There you go. Metal Slug character, Go Nuts, done. Kasumi, done-ish. No, not done actually. Orochi, woof. And there's Hinako. Number 10, Hinako, right? So you can see, of course, that in different regions, different areas, different fans, they want different things, and that's why SNK is just like, well, what am I supposed to do? And I understand that. And they haven't even done a poll. I don't know if they've done a poll for Japan, right? Like what? What does Japan want? They've got to look after their home country as well, right? Their home base. What the hell are they voting for, right? Don't know, man. This is very interesting stuff. But there you go. There's an overview. I think the Western fan base is kind of generally the same, right? So if we get a season 3, I think we're probably going to see Meilei or maybe one of the Team USA, maybe Mr. Karate, Takuma might turn up. Maybe as a free character. Adelheid may well turn up. Meilei's going to be one of those characters, bruv. One of those characters. Right? But my final thoughts on this to conclude, right? I think SNK needs to choose a character that has universal appeal, right? I know the polls say blah blah blah, this one's popular, but just because they're popular doesn't guarantee that people are going to buy it. And of course, when they want to buy this character has to have value. It's got to have value for money. So it's got to be strong, and strong on launch. You can't launch a character like Duolon and go, yeah, he's strong, you just got to work at it, right? He's got to be obviously strong and not too hard to play. I mean, he's in a season pass, man. You're like, I paid for all these characters that are kind of lame. bruv. Like, for me, I'm like, Kim, Shingo, Juelon, Hinako. Eh? Bruv, where's Vice? Where's Mature? But look, let me just be absolutely clear. Where's all the sexy ladies, bruv, in this season? There's like, did I forget something? I don't know, man, but I'm just like, bruh, they're so blech. Right, Juelon, wow. Right, I'm sorry, Tenkawa, I know he's your favorite, but I'm like, blech. Right, even the Big Bang guy, Shenru, he's not there. Not that I want to play him, but he's the Big Bang guy. Chrysalid probably going to turn up in season 3 as a free boss. You're like, alright. Sylvie turned up, that's great. And it's amazing to see Sylvie's actually there at 11, right? Because so many people hated her. I'm like, you guys were just lying, innit? Or at least you were a vocally annoying minority, right? Because now everyone's like, yay, Sylvie, yay! They've all changed their minds. But that's cool, isn't it? Everyone's getting along now with the new characters. She's been accepted now, right? But where are the Shingo players? I don't see them. Are they playing at home? Are they happy? I'd like to know. I'd like to know your thoughts. Did you buy a DLC character and are you happy with it? Did you buy Kim? Are you a Kim fan? Or are you a Mei fan and are you going to buy 15 copies of Mei and show SNK that this character is the best? Or are you gonna riot if she's like only got 3 moves and they all like are a minus? Or are you going to work really hard if she's actually an OP character, but only if you have super fast reflexes and can do all the weird combinations that Melee requires, right? Was that AB cancel, shift into different stance? She's a really deep character, right? So it's very interesting that people are voting for her. I'm like, you do know how to play her, right? Because 300 votes is not actually that much for a KOF community, is it? It's kind of interesting. Anyway, that's enough ranting from me. So I hope that you'll leave a comment and let me know. I'm gonna have to probably do another survey, but let me know what you think about the whole DLC thing. What do you think about season 2? What do you think was going to happen in season 3? What should they put in season 3? And really, what I want to know is what would you actually pay for? Because, like I said, if SNK gives you what you want and you pay for it, we will all benefit as gamers, right? We will all get more games, more DLC, more stuff, and we'll all have a good time. Okay, nice. Thanks for listening to this silly old man. And I wish you a nice end of day. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.